Okay, load stability. This is a little bit of a different issue. This is making sure that your load is stable. Okay, and for most of us, the stability, the main issue is the water in the tank. Okay, and the key point here is don't overload your vehicle. Don't put too big a tank in your vehicle because it'll affect your maneuvering, your control, and stopping. And anyone who's driven a truck with a half-full tank knows when you hit the brakes, you really feel that water. Okay, and here's an example I found on the internet of a guy who started off thinking his load was secure, and wow, it's not. Shocker. But there are some really good examples. I mentioned the tank. A full tank is easier to control than a half-full tank, because in a half-full tank, that water's sloshing around, and you can really feel it when you're stopping at a light. But customers are going to smaller trucks to save on gas, and we have more distracted drivers, both the technician driving and the person in front of you who's texting his or her girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, and that's what scares me. And here's a picture of it. This is a water tank on a residential street, so this truck could not have been going that fast. 30 or 40 miles an hour at the top, and it's rolled. Okay, so you clearly want to match your vehicle to your tank size, or your tank size to your vehicle. You can put tank baffles in your tank to reduce that water surge. You want to reinforce good driving practices. If you're the company owner, have your insurance agent come in and do a class on driving safety. But I've got a perfect example of this. About probably 13 or 14 years ago, a friend of mine was a salesman for a large chemical distributor in this town who you would know. And he's driving through Phoenix one afternoon, and he sees one of his customers' pest control trucks on its side, and there's water everywhere, so the tank gets spilled. There's hazard tape everywhere. There's fire engines. There's hazmat. There's sirens. There's all kinds of craziness going on. So my friend Mike goes up to the guy with the biggest hat and says, "Hey, Chief, that's extract the chrysanthemum petals, permethrin. That's extract the chrysanthemum petals on it. Throw some kitty litter on it. Sweep it up. Let's go home." Chief looks at him and says, "Who the hell are you?" Mike said, "I'm the guy who sells it to him." So the chief takes out his radio and says, "Cancel that news chopper." The guy wanted to be on TV. And that's the thing I have nightmares about, is we have an accident and we're on TV. Okay? So don't overload your vehicles and reinforce those good driving practices, because it's scary stuff. I want to be on TV, but for saving someone's life, not for spilling 100 gallons of chemical in the middle of rush hour.